Well guys, 21 Pilots just uploaded what I refer to as a crash course for casual listeners. On pretty much all of their social medias, 21 Pilots have posted this video titled I Am Clancy. In it, we basically get an entire rundown of everything that's happened up until this point. Tyler has mentioned before that this upcoming album is the last of the storyline, and it is going to be very lore heavy because he wants no questions left unanswered. He wants to tie it up in a bow and be like, this is it, this is the story. And we could see that definitely with this. This video was posted with the intention of Tyler being like, I want you to understand what's going on before we even get to this last album, which I enjoy it. The thing about Tyler just being so open and talking about the lore that, I don't know, I just like. I suggest watching the video yourself, but I will give you a quick rundown. Most of this information was stuff that we had already been familiar with. Again, I think this is catered towards casual listeners, people who may not be as crazy and obsessive as some of us out here. He wants to lay down a foundation and be like, we gotta make sure everyone is on the same page going into this album, which I can appreciate. But Clancy is a character that resides in the circular concrete city of Dema. Dema is on the continent Trench. It's important to note that Dema itself is very lacking in color. It's made out of concrete, it's just very ugly to look at. The rest of the continent, or trench, very green and lush and full of nature. We have that contrasting thing there. Video goes on to say that, of course, the 9 bishops are controlling Dema in 2 ways. Power and hijacked religion. This is what is vialism. Vialism is a religion that teaches people that self-destruction is the only way to reach paradise. But obviously we could see that this is a corrupt religion because it is just giving the bishops vessels to use in this ritual called seizing. Seizing is taking control of a dead body. So obviously we could see that the bishops are teaching people vialism just for their own benefit. And they also keep the citizens of Dema very ignorant, very powerless, you could say. Most of the citizens of Dema have never seen outside the city, and they were under the assumption that only the bishops could take part in seizing, but it is not true. Clancy has seen outside the walls of Dema. In fact, he has tried to escape many different times, only to be found by Nico, aka Blurryface, aka the head kahuna in charge. Let me take a little sip of Dr. Pepper. Not sponsored. Okay, Clancy claims that Nico keeps tracking him down, but he is getting smarter with each attempt that he tries to escape. As a psychology major, okay, I find this aspect of the story very, I like it. As we know that this whole lore, this whole storyline is mirroring the mental health journey. I think it's important to know that there is no clear ending. You know, you don't go from here to there just like that. The self journey is not linear. You have good days and you have bad days. I think it is amazing that someone is saying, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to be fine some days, and it's okay to go back to where you were. It's not just one or the other always. I don't know, that was just a little side psychology note there. But anywho, apparently Clancy had talked Nico into going outside Dema's walls, where Nico sets a fiery diversion and escapes again. After wandering around for some time, this is where Clancy sees the Bandidos for the first time. According to him, the Bandidos are something that of a myth, probably something the bishops told the citizens of Dema to not give them any hope. If they think the Bandidos aren't real, well, they won't try to escape and become Bandidos, obviously. But this is where the Bandidos and Clancy meet each other for the first time. And Clancy is caught yet again, but now he knows the Bandidos are real. And luckily for Clancy, this time the Bandidos come into Dema and rescue him. They take him home and teach him their ways, their colors, as he refers to it as. Apparently the Bandidos want Clancy for some reason because he is special. He is an exception. But like I said, self-journey is not linear. He gets captured again. We're back in Dema, oh boy. Apparently Clancy's little brush with the Bandidos and his overall reputation made him sort of the talk of the town in Dema. Of course, does not settle well with the bishops because you can't have any hope, okay? Because if you have hope, you want to escape Dema, and you can't escape Dema. Freaking Dema, or whatever. Because Clancy had built such a reputation, the bishops worked really hard to kind of crush that. Clancy was forced to perform and lie to the people, but everything was fine and dandy, which of course is Skeleton Icy. The thing that is very clever about Skeleton Icy is that it sounds happy, yet the lyrics are so dark. Considering that this was Clancy performing, I think that fits very well. See, I can say nice things about Skeleton Icy, okay? But as Clancy is on his little world tour of sorts, he was on the Eras tour. There's an Eras tour going on in Dema. Okay, whatever. This is where Keons betrays Nico. Keons seizes the body of Trash the Dragon and helps Clancy and Torchbearer escape yet again. This is where they wash up on the island full of little Neds, and Clancy learns the power of seizing. This is very important because he's not a bishop, yet he can seize. Now Clancy has this power and he's going back to Trench. That is where we are going into with this new album, which I'm hyped for. Okay, when he said I'm going back to Trench, I hope that was literal. I hope the album sounds like Trench, because I just love that heavier sound Trench has. Like the intro to Jumpsuit, you can't get cooler than that. But yes, I love how open Tyler is with the lore this time around, because when I try to tell people about this previously, I just sound that I'm crazy, okay? So now I can just be like, listen to Tyler talk about it, see, I'm not crazy, I told you I'm not crazy. As I had mentioned in my logo video, a big theme of this, which makes sense considering it is the last album, seems to be that Tyler is really pushing this idea of they're all connected, which of course longtime fans are going to be like, yes, of course, it's the same storyline. But I think this era, Tyler, for the first time, is really honing in on the people who may have not been caught up with the lore, and he's trying to give them wings, okay? He's like, okay, well, you gotta catch up with the crazy people. To those who may have not been aware of it, he is showing us literally music video by music video, this is all connected, which I think is a really fun point to drive home in this last little album. It's very wholesome, even though it's like a very dark storyline, you know? Also, I should mention, I've been saying this for months. Clancy is Tyler. Tyler is Clancy. I have been saying this for a while now, okay? And I thought I was low-key crazy. Well, we have confirmation, okay? Because that narrator in that video was most certainly Tyler, and those videos was most certainly Tyler. At the end, he even says, I am Clancy. You know how good it is to be right?
I didn't learn anything. I was right all along.
There you go, a little rundown of what the Pilot Boys have been up to lately. If you liked the video, please hit like and subscribe, and as always, I will see you in the next one.